local news. Fox 17 News at 6 starts right now. First on Fox.
We are now prepared to reclassify this case as an abduction or a kidnapping under Michigan law.
A young Muskegon County mother disappears while working the late shift at a local gas station.
Right now, she was just at this job to support her and her little boy and her family. Her boyfriend had recently been laid off, so she was taking on extra shifts and trying to do what she could.
A community coming together to find her and to spread the word.
If you've seen anything or know anything or heard anything, just she's here. You just have to find her.
Tonight, live team coverage on the search for Jessica Heeringa.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Christian Frank.
And I'm Michelle DeSelms. Here is a look now at what's happening right now in this search for Jessica. State troopers, county sheriffs, and local police have come together to form a task force. The state has taken to the sky and are using their helicopter to search. Volunteers have spent the day hanging up flyers, hoping someone will recognize her. And this just in moments ago to Fox 17, one of the 911 calls made by a customer who noticed something strange because an employee wasn't inside the store. Take a listen to this.
Okay. And there's nobody here. It wouldn't allow me to pump gas, but I had walked inside. There's nobody. There's a car here. There's another car out front. But it just is very suspicious why there's nobody here.
And it's still open, right?
Yeah, like when you walk in, the bell goes ding, 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 and, you know, the cashier's supposed to be there, you know. But I don't see anybody, hon.
Our team coverage from Muskegon County continues on Fox 17 News at 6. Deanna Falzone spent the afternoon with the Heeringa family to learn more about Jessica. Mitch Fick has been following the police response to the abduction of this young mother. And Anne-Marie LaFlame has more on the search.
Tonight we are digging deeper to find out just who is Jessica Heeringa. Fox 17's Deanna Falzone spent the day talking with her family and her fiance to learn more. Deanna.
Yeah, family has been out here for more than 9 hours now, stationed just feet away from where Jessica disappeared, passing out flyers to anyone in the community that just wants to help. They say Jessica is a kind of free spirit, always willing to help anyone herself. She really has a heart of gold. But more importantly, she's a mother to a 3-year-old son that is ready for her to come home.
I haven't slept much, maybe an hour a night, and I just can't even stay at home. I can't even be anywhere we were. It's very hard.
Reality hard to grasp for Jessica's fiance, Dakota Quayle Dyer. They've been together for 5 years. Their 3-year-old son, the center of Jessica's world.
She'll give him everything before she has nothing, you know. And she's always looks out for us, always. And just very loving and very missed.
Her family not backing down.
I'll be here all day if you need more.
Because they know she isn't either.
She is so intelligent. And I feel like that if she wouldn't have put up a fight, is because she was already planning a way to get away. She's going to be that person.
Pretty feisty, and I know she didn't go voluntarily. I just know that in my heart. She would fight all the way, I know.
At just 25, she has so much ahead of her. Dreams of college and a job as an accountant.
I had seen her that Wednesday, and I'm so glad I seen her, and I was able to tell her how much I love her. And she was just a wonderful person. I can't say any more. I think anybody who had gone into that gas station probably was greeted with a smile.
A smile they want to see again.
Whoever took her, just because you did wrong, do right, bring her back to us, please. Safely. Drop her off on the side road if you don't want to get caught. Something. We just need her back.
Police say if you have any information, big or small, that you think could help, please give them a call. The Norton Shores Police Chief put it this way: if they haven't heard from you, they want to. You can call Silent Observer at 231-722-CRIME. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that. Now to the investigation. A joint task force looking into the abduction of Ms. Heeringa. That includes state, county, and local police.
Fox 17's Mitch Fick has been in Norton Shores throughout the weekend. So, Mitch, what are investigators saying right now?
Well, we're learning a lot about the situation actually at the ExxonMobil station. The big thing that had people talking over the weekend was the fact that there were no security cameras inside the facility when Jessica Heeringa was abducted. We've been inside the station today. There are at least 6 security cameras installed now, but we're learning that it took multiple suggestions from police and, of course, the abduction of 25-year-old Jessica Heeringa to make it all happen. Michigan State Police took to the air with a Norton Shores detective on Monday to broaden the search for 25-year-old Jessica Heeringa. Investigators say she was abducted from the East Sternberg Road ExxonMobil gas station on April 26 between 10:50 and 11:15 at night. The station sits right off US 31, doesn't have much directly around it, and it didn't have security cameras inside on Friday. And it's been something Norton Shores Police Chief Dan Shaw says the owner, Fred Searman, has been talked to about before.
We've had discussions about cameras in the past. Obviously, we cannot dictate what people put into their stores, but it was a suggestion from a crime prevention standpoint. The cameras are not going to prevent something like this from happening, but will give us evidence to follow up on a case, obviously.
Now the search is on for a silver minivan like this one, possibly a Chrysler Town & Country model. Witnesses saw this vehicle in the Exxon parking lot around the time of the abduction.
Witnesses who saw that van leave, and that's one of the angles we're trying to track down as to what was that van doing here, and if we can find that van, that's why we want to talk to him.
That man is a white male between 30 and 40 years old, medium to heavy build with broad shoulders and light brown or sandy blonde hair. Now, a reward program has just been set up today to try and raise funds for continuing investigations into Jessica Heeringa's disappearance. Those donations can be made out to the Muskegon Community Foundation and dropped off or mailed to the Norton Shores Police Department. And again, any tips, big or small, if you have them, send them in to Silent Observer at the number at the bottom of your screen, 231-72-CRIME. Live in Norton Shores, Mitch Fick, Fox 17 News.
All right, Mitch, thanks for that update. And now to a story you will only see on Fox 17. West Michigan has a new crime-fighting tool, and chances are you have heard it flying high above your home.
That tool, a Michigan State Police helicopter, has now joined forces in the search for Jessica Heeringa. With more on the state police response to this search and how troopers are using the helicopter to fight crime in West Michigan, we're joined by Fox 17's Anne-Marie LaFlame, standing by for us live in Muskegon County. And Anne-Marie, this is a story you've spent weeks working on.
Yes, it is actually. And that brand new Michigan State Police helicopter, the Bell 430, is out looking for Jessica Heeringa here. And we were the only station that they took up in the air to see what we have to offer with this new crime fighting tool. Now, whether it's the heat sensor technology or there is actually a way that they can take a photo of what's below the helicopter, bring it up on a monitor and get a better look. So that's exactly what they're doing right now as they look for Jessica. They're looking for any suspicious tracks. They're looking for possibly that silver minivan, and they're using all those tools that we just had brought to West Michigan. So tonight at 10, we'll take you up in the air with that helicopter to show you what we have in our community. Back to you.
All right, so Anne-Marie, is this one of the first times that they have in fact used this?
You know, the helicopter has been up for several weeks and it's scheduled to be up in the air for the next 3 months. But, you know, some people have seen it over Grand Rapids. That's where it's primarily been. This is the first time it's really gotten out to the lake shore. So it's an asset for all of West Michigan, not just the Grand Rapids area.
All right, well, we can't wait to see your story tonight at 10. Thanks for that. As you heard just minutes ago, a task force of state, county, and local police are now involved in the search for Jessica.
Norton Shores Police Chief Daniel Shaw joins us live now. Chief Shaw, thank you so much. We know that you're so busy. We want to start with yesterday when you declared this an abduction. What was it that changed, or what you discovered from Saturday to Sunday to be able to make that announcement? Chief, you got us? Chief Shaw, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, great. What was it?
I can barely hear you.
Okay, what happened yesterday that the police were able to determine that this was in fact believed to be an abduction, not just a missing persons case?
Well, what's concerned us is the lack of physical evidence of any disruption inside the business. It didn't appear to be any signs of struggle inside the business, and so that's what kind of concerned us and led us to the fact that it was an abduction.
Now, we've understood that you've talked to 4 people. However, you've cleared all 4 of those folks at this point. Is that correct?
Yes, we have interviewed 4 people. and are no longer concentrating our efforts on determining their whereabouts and their activities for that night. So I wouldn't say necessarily cleared, but we're no longer focusing on them.
And we've also had a description of this van, a silver van that was seen in the area. How did that come into the picture?
We had a witness that saw the gray van or minivan, specifically a Chrysler Town and Country, near the gas station just prior to the time that Jessica was abducted, or the time we believe she was abducted, and also saw the driver in the van. So that's why we are looking for that van.
Now, we know that you've asked for tips locally, but this story has also gone national at this point. Does that help, or does that make it harder to kind of search through the legitimate tips?
Well, all tips definitely help. Yes, it is causing us a little more work and having to sift through them to find out which are credible. But at this point, we have a team of investigators large enough to where we can search down those tips and ferret out the credible tips from the ones that are not applicable to our case.
And at this point, do you have any reason to believe that they could be out of this area, Jessica, and whomever she's with?
We really have no idea. At this point, we're still considering this to be our area of concern in the Norton Shores, Western Michigan area.
And Chief Shaw, if someone wants to help with the investigation, go out there. Is there any searches on foot going on right now that they could help with?
Not that I'm aware of on foot right now. We did do searches, as you heard, from the air today, and the Michigan State Police helicopter was overhead for several hours. But not a ground search that I heard of today.
Chief Shaw, thank you so much for that. I know you're busy on this, and best of luck, and let us know, of course, so we can continue to do whatever we can to get the word out and the picture out of Jessica Heeringa.
More on the stories coming up on Fox 17 News at 6. In our next half hour, we will check in again with Fox 17's Anne-Marie LaFlame, who's also following the investigation into the abduction of Jessica Heeringa. We'll also be speaking with a Lakeshore woman who's leading an effort to pass out those flyers, helping to get the word out about the abduction. And she's putting together a vigil. We'll tell you about that. You can also find a full archive of all our stories on fox17online.com.
Tonight, make sure to tune in to Fox 17 News at 10. We have put together a spotlight on this missing persons case. We will have special coverage and live interviews, including a one-on-one interview with a criminologist. We have everything you need to know about the Jessica Heeringa disappearance and how you can